Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show.
One dish, two dish, fake-ish, true dish. Red dye, blue dye. What's that in my stew dish? Some dyes are bright, some dyes are bold. Some make cupcakes never mold. Yellow 5 in your pie? Why's my jello glowing sky? Green drinks fizz and purple snacks glimmer. But are those colors making us sicker or slimmer? Natural, says the box. What a trick. Read the label, check real quick. 1 cake, 2 cake, rainbow goo cake. Color it real or it might be a fluke cake. Some come from bugs. Yes, it's true. Some from plants. They're better for you. So whether it's frosting or colorful fries, think twice next time about food color dyes.
Welcome to My Wife, the Poet. What was that all about?
It's our topic today on Nutrition Nuggets.
Poetry.
No.
Food poetry.
Food color dyes.
Oh, color dyes. Is that what that was? Mm-hmm. I was just like intrigued and enthralled by your poetry magic. So I wasn't actually paying attention to the words.
You were captivated.
I was very captivated.
I hope I've captivated everybody.
Oh my. Yes. Everyone pay attention though now. It's back to nutrition class here. So food dyes. What do you mean?
Well, we just had an episode with Brian Bento with Get Saucy, his bold and flavorful sauces. And we were talking about allergens in food.
Exactly, because that's his gig, is creating sauces that are allergy free for those people suffering from food allergies and all sorts of different autoimmune diseases.
Yeah, you got it. Wow, that's a mouthful, Rob. Good for you.
Thank you. I pay attention sometimes.
Plus, I'm doing a baby group tomorrow, talking about food allergies and how to reduce the risk of allergies in your babies when you're introducing solids. But the thing is, like, we know there's 9 top food allergens: peanuts, tree nuts, milk, egg, wheat, soy, fish, shellfish, and sesame.
Okay.
So those are the most common.
Mm-hmm.
But what we haven't talked about, and what I want to talk about today, are food color dyes.
Oh, like the red dye number 9 or whatever. It's all those weird things on the ingredient list.
Exactly.
And they've just changed something, haven't they? Didn't they get rid of a bunch of the red ones or something? Or they're in the process of doing that?
In the process.
Okay. I thought that went through.
No, there's 6 food dyes that the FDA wants to phase out.
Okay.
And it's going to affect the snack aisle.
I bet. And food dye, the only purpose is to make it look different. There's no like nutritional value to any of these, right? It's just to make it look prettier.
Exactly. They're petroleum based.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound healthy.
So they make the food look a certain way, but they aren't necessarily nutritional.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for our nutrition or health.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the, you mentioned it, red dye, number 40, yellow number 5, yellow number 6, blue number 1, blue number 2, green number 3. Those are the ones.
It's just the names alone. I mean, make you kind of wonder, like, what the heck? Like, that doesn't sound like a food ingredient. It sounds like it's something in a chemistry lab.
Well, let's talk.
Which it is, I guess, right? And red dye number 45 means that there's 44 other ones that they're probably using as well. Or they tried it 44 times before they finally succeeded.
I'm not quite sure what the number represents.
Yeah.
So I think that's just speculation.
Oh, it's total speculation, but that's how I roll.
Right. Okay. Well, I wanted to see if you might know some of the foods that will be disappearing in the snack food aisle.
Do you think they'll be disappearing or they'll just look different?
Well, that's what I think a lot of companies are going to reformulate and try more natural food coloring.
Mm-hmm.
without these specific petroleum-based dyes.
Right.
And then do consumer testing.
Right.
And if it doesn't pass, then they'll be phased out.
So like strawberry jello will be clear?
Well, or in the little rhyme I did, Carmine, we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
The red food dye is from a red beetle.
Right.
So that's actually a natural one. It's not petroleum based. So they could use that.
Right. They're not currently using that, you mean?
I think some foods do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's going to be beetles in your food instead of petroleum, which is a good thing.
I don't know. It's just
it's natural.
People like certain colors, right? It's the consumer testing. And the bliss point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the flavors. And I think part of looking at the food, it's visual appeal, and it helps your taste buds, and it helps with the whole salivation and wanting the food.
Oh, absolutely. Like if everything on your plate was beige, it wouldn't be very appealing. Like you need the color, but to have it added unnaturally, artificially, with chemicals, yeah, I don't know. I suppose if people knew more about that, they might question it.
Yeah, I think it's becoming more highlighted.
Yeah, more mainstream.
And it's funny that you say that, because when I do grocery tours and nutrition tours with elementary school kids, and we look in the produce section and we're looking at all the different colors, and I'm saying, it's important to have green and yellow and orange and all the different colors. And, some kids are precocious and they say, what about Skittles or M&Ms? Yeah. That's color.
They're thinking Smarties and
exactly.
How healthy those are. Perfect.
And those are some of the ones that will probably be phased out if
the dye
doesn't pass the test in terms of the consumer appeal. So, yeah, it's so interesting. So we think of even flavored yogurt.
Really?
Yeah.
There's added color. Well,
red and blue.
Sure, I guess so.
And frosting, for cakes and cupcakes that you might buy, the frosting, it's got the red, the blue, and the yellow.
Oh, interesting.
And any cereals with marshmallows,
okay.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Sure.
Yeah, they have the red, the blue, the yellow dyes in those. Popsicles, you mentioned that the other day.
Yeah, popsicles for sure.
The red, the yellow, and the blue. Powdered drink mixes that are cherry flavor, they have the red dye.
What about the blue one? Because is that not natural? What's funny with the blue? It's like Gatorade or whatever those energy drinks. They say it's raspberry flavor, don't they? But it's blue. I'm like, what? Since when is raspberry blue? I'm sure it's raspberry, but it's like blue.
Yeah.
A blue raspberry. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's extra energy in the blue raspberries.
Marketing. Gummy bears.
Oh, really?
Red and yellow. Spicy cheese flavored snacks.
Oh,
like
dang. Yeah, well, when you look at your fingers after you finished a bag of Doritos, and they're like, it's like they've been dipped in orange food dye.
Yellow and red.
Yeah, they're totally.
To make orange.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. The M&Ms I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Any colorful hard shell candies. Fruit Loops.
Oh, man. I can't eat Fruit Loops anymore. Yeah,
red, yellow, and blue. So they've got two different yellows in there.
There's nothing you've said so far that I'm going to miss.
Maraschino cherries.
We have real cherries.
Yeah, red dye.
I never really liked maraschino cherries, to be honest. I mean, I like the idea of them, but then once I found real cherries, I'm like, oh, these are way better.
Right.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because when we were growing up, maraschino cherries were a thing on like the top of a sundae.
Exactly.
Or you can get a jar of them.
A jar of them.
And I remember reading something when I was like really young that maraschino cherries cause breast cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it probably was to do with the dye.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how
accurate
that was, but it just, I think that was like the first time that I thought that a food could cause harm, because I was pretty young when I heard that. I'm like, what? And so that's interesting that one's going to be pulled.
Yeah,
that's been around a long time.
It has been. Yeah.
The red dye. Cherry cola.
Well, yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What did they add? I don't know that I've seen
red dye.
I don't pay attention to that because I don't drink pop, but do they add, like they try to make it look more red?
They have red dye in it, yeah.
Because I don't know that you notice that if it's like really dark to begin with, and maybe I guess it's got a red tinge to it or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And the confetti cake, the colorful sprinkles, like...
Oh, sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
Yeah, sprinkles.
Yeah. Sprinkles.
Kids love sprinkles.
I know.
But
they have the red, the yellow, and the other yellow, and the blue.
You could just use like the peas and carrots mix. That's colorful. And sprinkle that on their cupcakes instead. They'll learn to love that. I'm just trying to think outside the box here, for some replacements.
Outside the red velvet snack cake box, because those are also, they have red dye, but they might use beet juice instead, because that is also another red. Right. Bright red.
Exactly.
And colorful lollipops.
Oh man, what is the dentist going to give out now? No more lollipops. I always thought that was hilarious. You go to the dentist, they spend all this time cleaning your teeth and telling you to be good to your teeth, and then they give you a sucker when you leave. It's like, what? You just told me not to eat this. Is this a test? Like,
not our dentist.
Not our dentist. He would never.
I think he listens, so.
Yeah, that's pretty funny though.
But I don't think he does. Jello or gelatin desserts.
Yeah.
Red and yellow.
Sometimes when you're making certain foods, you just like looking at the ingredients, like as you're making it, like Jello for one or Kool-Aid or something, and you're like mixing it all up going, this doesn't seem like food. It seems like just like this powder in a package, and I'm supposed to like, I don't know. It's funny. I always, like when I was a kid, that's what I wondered about. I wasn't thinking if it was safe or not. I'm just thinking it's like, this doesn't seem like food.
Right.
So it's kind of the same like inquisitive thought that you had about your, what did you have a thought about?
It was the maraschino cherries.
Yeah, the maraschino cherries.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I mentioned about the natural red dye made from crushed insects. They're called, it's carmine or cochineal. Mm-hmm. And I think we've talked about that before.
We have, yeah.
That's a natural insect-based, whereas the red 40 is synthetic. And it's also known as Allura Red AC. And it's a synthetic food dye made from petroleum, crude oil. And it's not derived from natural sources like fruits or insects. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so they're in candies and sodas and cereals and snacks and some medication. Chewing gum has the red and yellow. Granola bars can have the red and yellow, and Pop-Tart frostings have all three, red, yellow, and blue.
And what is the reason that they're removing them? Because they're causing a lot of allergies? Is that why they're pulling them?
No, I think they're just looking at the health and safety and realizing, this food isn't food.
They're just realizing that now?
Well, I don't know.
Like I said, I kind of realized that when I was a kid, when I was like reading the ingredients going, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not food.
Yeah. Blue is always one that I've been very wary about, like any blue in the toothpaste or in the mouthwash. We don't use mouthwash because it's actually not good for your oral microbiome. So if you use mouthwash, we'll do a whole episode on that, but it kills all the bacteria, so the good and the bad, and that's not a good thing. And it actually leads to increased blood pressure, but we'll do that in another one. Yeah. But yeah, blue, they often put blue dye, blue 1, in men's products or boys.
Yeah, deodorant, shampoo, body wash.
And it's not good for you. So yeah. They also put it's in beverages, like we mentioned, baked goods, ice cream, candies.
Candles. Those blue scented candles. There must be some research that's showing that there's some health effects, though. Or otherwise, they wouldn't be looking into it in the first place,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the yellow 5 dye is in powdered chicken broth. So anything that's like really yellow.
Really?
Yeah. Colored chips, like different taco chips and nacho chips and cheese flavored puddings and sweets, cereals, waffles, lemon jello, pasta, store-bought yogurt, ice creams, cupcakes, soft drinks, orange cheese.
I wonder what color things would be without the dyes in them. If they're just really bland looking, they're less bright, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like when you have a photo on your phone that you edit and then the edited version just like has more pop to it.
Yeah.
It's probably what the food dyes do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like the little magic wand for your food.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, but it also affects the nutritional quality in terms of potential allergens and
yeah,
like the more burden, like having foods once in a while is not a big deal, but if it's something that you're eating all the time, then it is a big deal.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So
little things go a long way.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and also like hand soap, mouthwash, toothpaste, shampoo, body wash, hair conditioner, shaving cream, and cosmetic moisturizers all could have those artificial food dyes too.
Even though they're not food, they're still things you're putting in or on your body. So your body will absorb that and have similar effects potentially.
Yeah. And it's just, if they're phased out, then we don't have that in our food supply or in our body supply, like body cosmetic products.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see 10 years from now what impact that has, how the cheesies will be white instead of bright orange. And
I think I think we'll look back and go, why didn't this happen sooner?
Oh, absolutely.
For the food dyes, because it's just...
I know. Like I said, like I knew when I was a kid, like 50 years ago, that this didn't seem right, that there was all these things in the food that shouldn't be there. So anyway, it's just a public service announcement for you today from my wife, the poet. If you want more information about what we do, check out our website. It's mywifethedietitian.com. We have a weekly newsletter. We have a blog. We have all sorts of great information there. You can email us your questions. If you'd like us to answer them, we usually will turn it into an episode and talk on the show about whatever it is you're wondering. If you're wondering it, other people probably are too. So don't be shy. Let us know what you're thinking. It's mywifetherd@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Feel free to reach out to us there as well. And if you like the show, let us know. Share your feedback. You can rate and review the show, or just leave a comment on our social media, or even email us. Share with a friend too. That's always helpful. We would sure appreciate that. So that is it for this week. We will be back next week with another full episode. So until then, have a fantastic week. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.